Tonight, News Channel 5 Investigates reveals a secret recording in which a leading proponent of school vouchers calls for, quote, public hangings of lawmakers who don't vote his way. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rory Johnston.
Good evening to you. I'm Carrie Sharp. That recording shows how we got to this point where lawmakers are now seriously considering several proposals to send taxpayer dollars to private schools. It is another example of what our revealed investigation has shown about how Capitol Hill really works, led by our chief investigative reporter, Phil Williams.
Hey guys, the recording that you are about to hear is from a 2016 strategy session, and it reveals how ultra-wealthy school voucher proponents have over the years laid the groundwork for what we're seeing in this session of the legislature, using their money to intimidate, even eliminate those who dared to disagree with them.
The governor of the great state of Tennessee, the Honorable Bill Lee. Thank you.
Tennessee Governor Bill Lee's big push for school vouchers, sending hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars to private schools, was not a plan hatched overnight.
But our responsibility is to the student and to the family, not to the status quo.
It was the result of a years-long effort by school privatization forces to elect lawmakers who would vote their way and to destroy those who would not.
It's not to Eddie, but to everybody else up there. I mean, public hangings.
What do you hear in this recording?
Hardcore politics.
J.C. Bowman, a longtime conservative, heads an independent group that lobbies for Tennessee teachers.
And I'll use the term that Clarence Thomas made famous. This is a high-tech lynching. If you do not vote with us, we want you scared of us. And we're going to go out and do a high-tech lynching.
To this day, I couldn't tell you what trigonometry is used for.
The voice belongs to Mark Gill, a wealthy national investment banker who at the time served on the board for the pro-voucher Tennessee Federation for Children. At the time, Gill says he had thought about turning against Republican Representative Eddie Smith because Smith had voted against a bill designed to cripple the ability of teacher groups to have dues deducted from teachers' paychecks.
Think about it. I mean, what better way to say to people, okay, you want us to fall on our sword for you, to spend thousands of dollars, which I did personally, to get you elected, and you come up here and do this shit? Let me just show you what the consequences of that are.
Do you get the sense, listening to that he's saying, hey, we own you?
Oh, yeah. And that's the whole problem. It's you're a disposable person. You're a vessel up here to do our will. And when you quit doing our will, we're going to dispose of you.
And we're going to send a message.
Send a message. We're the ones who did it.
At the time, Gill was also considering targeting Republican Judd Matheny from Tullahoma because Matheny was viewed as being too close to Tennessee teachers and would be a good scalp to hang on the school privatizers' efforts.
And he also has, I think, put himself in a position where his scalp could be very valuable to all school reformers. And then he is one of the people who has bought the TDA line that you need to side with the TDA because of the teachers, and that's your safest route.
Judd Matheny was a conservative, big Second Amendment guy. Some of the names they mentioned in there, conservative all the way through. And you're going to eat your own.
If we can prove, if you don't side with us, you're out to lose the election. If we can disprove that, then that's a huge, that's a Deborah Maggart scalp.
Deborah Maggart was a respected Republican leader from Sumner County who was targeted by the NRA in 2012 and defeated.
When you go back into session, people are saying, you know, you need to steer clear of these guys, just like you steer clear of the NRA, because they are clearly able to taking down people who lead the reservation, and they are much more of a threat than the school boards and the TDA.
And he's not talking about winning through the power of persuasion.
Yeah, no, and they're not even making that comparison. If you put this issue on the ballot, and that's what I would say, put it on the ballot, vouchers would lose.
News Channel 5 Investigates had previously obtained a proposal submitted to a foundation controlled by the billionaire Walton family of Walmart fame, detailing a plan by school privatization forces to spend $3.7 million on legislative races in Tennessee. That same year, the Tennessean reported on an Alabama trip where Gill had hosted 5 pro-voucher lawmakers for a 3-day weekend at his Gulf Shores condo.
I don't think anybody's going to get unseated without some substantial independent expenditures coming in there.
In that recording, Gill acknowledges that wealthy special interests would need to spend a lot of money to knock off lawmakers who did not vote their way, which is how incumbent Republicans Bob Ramsey and Terry Lynn Weaver found themselves targeted 2 years ago.
The way my election was, how it was played out and how I lost, epitomizes and is an example of the very recording that you have.
Weaver was among those Republicans who in 2019 refused to bow to pressure to vote for school vouchers. And like these ads taken out against Bob Ramsey, Weaver also faced attacks from school privatization forces for supposedly being a corrupt career politician, attacks funded by so-called dark money.
Tremendous amounts of money, much of which is outside money. Money was not from my district. They slander you. They use tactics, they want to win, and they'll do anything to do it to win.
It's the absolute destruction of people.
Is there anyone on the public education side of the debate playing this sort of hardball politics?
None that I know of. I know of nobody playing that.
We can give parents choice and support public schools at the same time.
Now pro-voucher forces hope that after years of planning, their time has finally come. So as people vote this session on vouchers, do you think they're going to be voting out of principle or out of fear?
Fear?
It's a debate that this longtime conservative believes will speak volumes about the state of our democracy.
You're bending the will of the citizens of the state to acquiesce to a bunch of wealthy people. Our founding fathers are rolling over in their grave.
Now, 4 days ago, we provided Mr. Gill with excerpts of the recording that we plan to use in this report. And finally, this afternoon, after he consulted with the American Federation for Children, we got a response where he defended such strategy sessions as places that are, quote, loud and unfiltered, where passionate people can put forth their best and worst ideas without reservation. And in his statement, Mr. Gill also claims that he has not been involved in the school choice movement for 8 years. Still, this notion of public hangings, that's the strategy that we've seen in recent years.
Yeah. Unfiltered is an understatement.
Absolutely.
What we just heard. And I can assume that you're going to be following this one closely through the session.
Definitely, and we are already getting new leads.
We'll stay tuned. Thank you, Phil.